In this video, we will explain some of the challenges with having an arrow in your life. In a balanced state, arrows are responsible, hardworking, kind, and dependable. The problem is they aren't always in a balanced state. Arrows have a huge fear of failure that can get triggered when they feel things won't get done or that people are judging or critical of them. Arrows care too much about what others think, and this fear can really put them into a bad state. This fear of failure can make an arrow disconnect, run, and pull back from their relationships. They can get depressed, burned out, and weary of life. Or they will get really focused on tasks as a way of fixing things. The one thing they're good at is projects, so in a bad place, they can drown themselves in work or projects, which makes relationship problems even worse. In an unbalanced state, they can really struggle with feeling unworthy, insecure, and not good enough. Because they're afraid of judgment, they can be socially awkward and not have the best people skills. They could also be a doormat at times and struggle to have good boundaries. They can be a people pleaser, and sometimes they end up getting walked on because they aren't good at saying no. Arrows can be good leaders as long as they don't expect everyone to work as hard as they do. They could push people too hard and expect more than's reasonable. As employees, though, they can be counted on to get work done, but they struggle working with a team, and they aren't good at delegating either. They hate group projects or working on teams because they feel the other people slow them down. They struggle to delegate too because they know they could do the job faster if they did it themselves. Arrows crave time alone to get projects done, and it's important that you don't ever take that personally. They can also have social anxiety and prefer to be home and alone most of the time. They often don't have a lot of friends and struggle to take the time to really invest in relationships. They can sometimes struggle to make the people in their life feel loved and acknowledged. In an unbalanced state, arrows can be workaholics and hard to give feedback to. They find it really painful and they need serious validation and reassurance before you tell them how they need to improve. Arrows' most troublesome quality, though, is also their biggest strength. It's their desire to get things done. It makes them the best leaders, employees, and workers, but it also makes them forget about people and their needs. They're so busy getting things done, they forget how much time other shapes need just to talk and listen. Arrows hate to be bored, and too much visiting is just a waste of time to them. When you are thinking about hiring or starting a relationship with an arrow, you need to know what their worst behavior could look like. It won't come out very often, but we all get triggered, and this bad behavior will show up on occasion. At their worst, arrows can be insecure, disconnected, and overly focused on tasks and work. Don't get discouraged by these possible bad behaviors, though, because again, they don't show up that much in a balanced arrow. Just make sure you watch the video about the strengths of an arrow too, so you understand how they show up at their best.